Okay, students, today we'll discuss regarding the staff requirements as well as the responsibility of hospital pharmacist. Clear? First, we'll see regarding what are the staff requirements. Okay, in case of the hospital pharmacy. Clear? First, if you see here, no standard rules, okay, regarding the requirement of staff for inpatient pharmacy. Okay, if you see regarding the inpatient pharmacy, okay, there will be no standard rules, okay, regarding the requirement of staff in case of the inpatient pharmacy, but number of pharmacists. Okay, staff requirement means the first one is we are seeing regarding most importantly the pharmacist, okay, regarding this hospital pharmacy. Okay, if you see the pharmacist requirement, that is based on, okay, that is based on the workload in the hospital pharmacy and based on number of the beds that are going to be available in the hospital. Clear? See, first what I told you, there is no standard rules, okay, regarding the requirement of staff for the inpatient pharmacy. And next one is, and that staff requirement, okay, that is number of pharmacists mainly depends based on the workload in the hospital as well as based on the number of beds. Clear? See, already we have discussed while discussing okay, yesterday, that is organizational structure as well as the hospital pharmacy based on the beds means, see, minimum small hospitals they are having 50 bedded hospital. For that minimum, okay, pharmacist required is the 3 pharmacist. Clear? See, like that I told you, for 100 bedded hospitals they require 5 pharmacists. Okay, like that, that is based on the number of beds, okay, the number of pharmacists that are going to be required in the hospital pharmacy. Okay, and next one is, whatever the hospital pharmacist, okay, that will be present should possess adequate pharmacy qualification. They must have adequate pharmacy qualification. That means minimum they should be having the B pharmacy qualification and also the experience. Clear? They must have experience for this hospital pharmacist. Clear? And suppose if there is a manufacturing unit in the hospitals, okay, rarely these manufacturing units will be available in the hospitals. Suppose that manufacturing, okay, unit will be present. Okay, suppose if this manufacturing unit is present in the hospital, then they require, other than the pharmacist, that is, they require the technicians, okay, they require some assistants, and also they require the peons, okay, etc. Okay, like this staff members are going to be required if there is a manufacturing unit in case of the hospital pharmacy. Is it clear? See, and next one is it clear? See, what I am telling here, there is no standard, okay, rules regarding the requirement of staff for the inpatient pharmacy, but the number of pharmacists, okay, that is going to be based on the workload as well as based on the number of beds that are going to be available in the hospitals. And next one is, they must possess this pharmacy qualification and also the experience. And suppose if there is any manufacturing unit, then they must have some technicians, they must have some assistants and the peons, etc. Clear? And also we are having in the hospital, see, that is, we will call it as head of hospital pharmacy department. Okay, one of the department, we will call it as head of, okay, head of hospital pharmacy department. Okay, and if you see this, head of hospital pharmacy department should have a PG qualification. Okay, they must have the PG qualification, that is, they must have in the department of pharmaceutics, or they must have the department of pharmacology. Clear? See, that means definitely if they want to do the job in case of this head of this hospital pharmacy department, they must have a PG qualification in certain departments, okay, like pharmaceutics as well as the pharmacology. Clear? See, and these people, they act as, that is, coordinate for pharmacy and non-pharmacy staff. Okay, they can coordinate both pharmacy and non-pharmacy staff. Clear? See, these people, they can coordinate both pharmacy as well as non-pharmacy staff, and they can report, okay, mainly to the administrator. Okay, we had seen what is meant by the administrator, and interacts with, okay, and they are going to be interacts with other medical departments. Okay, they are going to be interacts with other medical departments. Okay, see, this is the role of head of hospital pharmacy department. Clear? See, they must have the PG qualification in the department of pharmaceutics or pharmacology, and sometimes they must have in the department of hospital pharmacy also, if there is a particular department of hospital pharmacy. Okay, that is also applicable. And next one is, if you see, they coordinate, okay, coordinators, okay, they act like a coordinators, okay, for pharmacy as well as non-pharmacy staff, and they can also report, okay, anything is there, they can report to the administrator and interacts with the other medical departments. Okay, next we'll see the requirement of hospital pharmacist. Okay, specifically for the hospital pharmacist, if you see, okay, that is requirement of hospital pharmacist. Okay, regarding the requirement of the hospital pharmacist, we will see what are the different different members that are going to be available in this hospital pharmacist. Clear? See, first they are having one director. Clear? Here they are having one director. Under this director, they are having one chief pharmacist. Okay, see, this chief pharmacist must have the PG qualification. And next, under this chief pharmacist, they must have mainly 5 pharmacists. Okay, under this chief pharmacist, they should be having the 5 pharmacists. In that, the first pharmacist under drug distribution department, under drug distribution, okay, department. Okay, they definitely have the qualification of B Pharm. Clear? See, under this chief pharmacist, we must have one pharmacist under drug distribution department. They must be qualified, that is, they must have the B Pharm degree. Okay, another pharmacist in case of medical store, one pharmacist should be present in the medical store. Okay, whatever the pharmacists that are present in the medical store, they must have either D Pharm or B Pharm. Okay, both D or B Pharm. Okay, anything can be applicable. And next one is, another 2 pharmacists should be present in the dispensing unit. See, where they are going to be dispensing the drugs. Okay, here also either D Pharm or B Pharm. Clear? And next one is, we are having another one pharmacist for the quality control, and they must have the PG qualification, that is the M Pharm. Clear? See, this is the staff requirement of a hospital pharmacist. Clear? Here, if you see, they must have one director, and under this director, we are having one chief pharmacist. They must have a PG qualification. Okay, PG qualification means any degree, any PG. Okay, either Sutix or analysis or ecology. Okay, whatever it may be, they must have the PG qualification. Under this chief pharmacist, they are having 5 pharmacists. Clear? See, that means one pharmacist in the drug distribution department, and one pharmacist in the medical store, and 2 pharmacists in the dispensing unit, and one pharmacist in the quality control. Okay, see, these all regarding the staff requirements in case of the hospital pharmacy. Okay, next we'll see what are the responsibilities. Okay, responsibilities and the functions of the hospital pharmacist. Okay, first we'll see what are the responsibilities. Okay, responsibilities and the functions of the hospital pharmacist. Okay, we are discussing regarding the hospital pharmacist. Okay, the responsibilities and the functions of the hospital pharmacist. Okay, we'll see one by one what are the different responsibilities, okay, regarding this hospital pharmacist. First one is they can check prescriptions. First they must, what they have to do, they must check the prescriptions. See, that means what they will do, how they will check the prescriptions. See, that is make sure that there is no errors, okay, in the prescriptions that is prescribed by the physicians. See, why? Because sometimes there is a chance of errors in the prescription. Clear? So that is going to be checked by this hospital pharmacist. Okay, this is the first and foremost responsibility of a hospital pharmacist. That is, they have to check the prescriptions and make sure that there is no errors in the prescriptions that are going to be prescribed by the physician. Clear? And next one is medicine management. Okay, they must, okay, manage the medicines. Okay, that we will call it as medicines management. Okay, if you see regarding this medicines management, here mainly they are going to be determining which form of medications best suit for the patient. Clear? See, under this medicines management, see, that means whatever the hospital pharmacist will be present, see what they are doing is they are going to be determining which form of, okay, which form of medication is best suits, okay, for patient. Okay, they have to determine, okay, which form of medication is best suits for the patient. See, why? Because, and here as they are determining, the decision should be made timely and in case of the efficient manner. Clear? Suppose if the decision is not in timely and efficient manner, again they are unable to determine which form of medication is best suits for the patient. Okay, and also they can monitor the effects of the medicines. Okay, they can also monitor the effects of medicines. That means, is there any adverse effects or any serious effects because of that medicines? They have to monitor the effects of the medicines. Clear? And also they can counsel the patients. Not only that, they can also counsel the patients on the effects of the drugs. Clear? See, initially what they are doing, they are going to be monitoring the effects of the medications, and if there is any adverse effects or the serious adverse effects, definitely they are going to be counsel the patients. Clear? So that you don't fear. Clear? If you are taking this kind of medications, definitely they are having some, okay, adverse effects. Okay, like that they are going to be counsel the patients on regarding the effects of the drugs. Clear? And not only that, they can also recommend, okay, that is administration routes. They can also recommend the administration routes as well as the dosages. See, that means which routes of administration they have to take the drugs and how much amount of the drug they have to take it. Okay, they can recommend. Okay, see, these two, okay, depends upon the individual needs. Clear? This depends upon the individual needs. That means this will not be same for all the individuals. Okay, this mainly depends upon the individual needs. Okay, this is regarding the medicines management. Okay, this is one of the responsibility of the hospital pharmacist. Clear? See, first I told you they are going to be checking the prescriptions and make sure that there is no errors in the prescriptions prescribed by the physician. And next one is medicine management. Okay, what is meant by this medicine management? See, they have to determine which form of medication is best suits for the patient. Okay, and that decision, okay, they are making it should be in timely and efficient manner. And next one is they have to monitor the effects of medications. And next one is, and they can counsel the patients regarding the adverse effects of the medications. And not only that, they can recommend, okay, the administration routes as well as the dosages. Okay, mainly this depends upon the individual needs. Okay, so this is the second responsibility. And next we'll see a source of information. Next one is a source of information. That means this hospital pharmacist will be acting like a source of information. See, that means they have great source of advice. They will act like a very great source of advice to patients. Clear? See, that means mostly the physicians, okay, cannot advise to the patients mostly, but this hospital pharmacist, okay, acts as a great source of advice to the patients. Clear? And next one is they can recommend safe combinations of medications. Safe combinations of medicines. Clear? To specific patient problems. Clear? See, that means some patients having different problems means some medications, okay, they have to avoid. Okay, in that case, this hospital pharmacist, they can recommend a very safe combinations of medicines, okay, to a specific patient problems. Okay, this is regarding a source of information. Okay, this hospital pharmacist will be acting like a great source of advice to the patients. And next one is they can recommend safe combination of medicines to specific and patient problems. Clear? And next one is monitoring drug charts. Okay, next responsibility of the hospital pharmacist is monitoring. Okay, monitoring drug charts. Okay, we'll see monitoring the drug charts. Okay, what is this drug charts actually? Clear? See, these drug charts, okay, these drug charts which will be providing vital source of information. They are having vital source of information. See, what is meant by this vital source of information? That means what information it contains. Okay, the drug charts having some vital source of information. Okay, this vital source of information, that means what information will be present in the drug chart. Okay, see that information like which medication the patient requires. Okay, which medication the patient requires. See, that means all the patient doesn't require the same medication, as you know. Clear? See, that means for every patient they are having this drug charts. Clear? This patient which requires a particular medication, okay, that will be available. And next one is which options. See, that means if the patient requires either a tablet formulation, or if the a patient requires a parenteral formulations, or they require a ointment. Okay, that means these options is also available in the drug charts. And next one is they should have the route of administration also, in which route the patient has to take the drugs. Clear? See, these information will, you will call it as vital source of information that will be present in the drug charts. Clear? See, this hospital pharmacist has to monitor these drug charts regularly and acts as a communication. Okay, and they are going to be acts like a communication between hospital pharmacist and the medical staff. Okay, they are acting like a communication between the hospital pharmacist and the medical staff. Okay, this is regarding the monitoring drug charts. Okay, these drug charts having the vital source of information. Clear. See, what is that vital source of information? That means which medication the patient is going to be required and which options, either it may be a tablet or an injection or an ointment. Okay, next one is they have to give, that is the patient has to take which route of administration. Clear. See, these three are the vital sources of information that are present in the drug charts, and this hospital pharmacist has to monitor regularly these drug charts, and they will be acting like a communication between the hospital pharmacist and the medical staff. Okay, and the next responsibility is discharging patients. Next one is discharging patients. Okay, discharging patients. See, that means discharging patients means they have to keep track which patients are being discharged. Clear, they have to see, okay, they have to keep track of which patients is going to be discharged, and they have to inspect, okay, that is discharge summary. They have to inspect this discharge summary. See, what is this discharge summary? See, that means once the patient is going to be discharged from the hospital, clear. See, some medications are going to be prescribed by the physician. Clear. That means that they have to use for a course of period. Okay, that will be available in the discharge summary. Clear. See, this hospital pharmacists have to keep track of which patients are being discharged, and they have to inspect, okay, regarding the discharge summary. That means whether the discharge summary is correct or not, they have to inspect it, then only they have to discharge the patients. Okay, this is the next responsibility. And next one is keeping up to date. Okay, next responsibility is keeping up to date. See, what is this keeping up to date? See, that means they must expected to remain up to date. Okay, remain up to date regarding all aspects of medicines. Clear? See, that means recently they are using any new drugs, means they should not prescribe the old medicines. That means, okay, regularly they have to update their knowledge regarding the medicines. Clear? See, and not only that, drug usage. Okay, update regarding the medicines means that is the drug usage. Clear, that means how much dose they are using. Clear, which route of administration they are using. Have they have, okay, they have changed anything or like that, and new development. Okay, they have to update the knowledge regarding the new development. Suppose if there is any diseases, whether then there is any new drugs has been available recently or not. Okay, they have to update their knowledge regarding the drug usage as well as the new development. Okay, for updating their knowledge, they have to use some electronic database. Okay, electronic data means they have to browse the Googles. And next one is they must read the research papers. Okay, they must read the research papers. Okay, see, whatever the recent researches has been carried out regarding the particular drugs. Clear. See, this mainly these two sources will give up to date information to the hospital pharmacist. Clear. See, the regularly the hospital pharmacist has to utilize, okay, the sources regularly to remain an excellent, okay, source of pharmaceutical advice. Clear. To become an excellent pharmaceutical advice means definitely they have to update their knowledge by using these two sources. Clear. And next one is, okay, next responsibility. Okay, these are within the wards. Okay, that means within the hospital, the responsibility of the hospital pharmacist. Okay, see, beyond this, they also have some communication skills. Okay, extra thing they have to be present is communication skills. See, I will tell you why the communication skills are important in case of the hospital pharmacist. See, that means why it is required means to gather more information from the patient. Clear, this is very important to gather for more information from the patient. Definitely they must have some communication skills. See why? Because if one patient has admitted into the hospital, initially itself they doesn't reveal okay their details to anyone. Clear. See, definitely this hospital pharmacist must have some communication skills, okay, to gather more information from the patient. Clear. See what information they have to gather from the patient. Okay, that is like medical history. Okay, medical history means previously they have used any medications or not. Okay, see some people suppose previously they are suffering with any HIV or the AIDS. If they have used any medications, they will disclose or not. They doesn't disclose those matters to anyone. Clear? See, definitely these hospital pharmacists they have some skills. Okay, to gather information like the medical history. Okay, and next one is the lifestyle. Clear. See, most of the people will not disclose these lifestyles also. See, that means whether they are smokers or if they are taking an alcohol, okay, they will not disclose. Clear. And they have to gather this information also. Clear. And next one is existing medication. See, that means at present they are using any medication, they have to gather it. And the beliefs, okay, beliefs of patient, that means where the patient will believe, okay, the belief systems also they have to gather. And next one is they have to understand the ability of patient. See, while collecting the information, the hospital pharmacist has to understand the ability of the understand of patient and follow a treatment plans. And next one is whether they will follow the treatment plans or not. Clear? They have to observe it. Why? Because some people, some medications, they will skip it. Clear? See, that's why this hospital pharmacist, okay, they should have a proper communication skills, okay, to gather more information from the patient, okay, like medical history, lifestyle, okay, existing medications, beliefs of patient, and also they have to understand, okay, regarding, okay, they have to observe regarding the ability of patient understanding and whether they will follow a treatment plan or not. Okay, see all these information, this is going to be plays a very important factor. Okay, this plays a very important factor. Clear? Regarding when comes to the dispensing or prescribing a medication. Okay, while dispensing as well as prescribing the medicines. Clear? See why they must have this communication skills, because if they know this information, this will act as a very important factor when it comes to the dispensing as well as prescribing the drugs. Okay, so this is all regarding the different responsibilities as well as the functions of the hospital pharmacist. Clear? As we had seen, that is they will check the prescriptions and make sure that there is no errors in the prescription. And next we had seen regarding the medicine management, and next we had seen a source of information. The next one is monitoring the drug charts. Next one is the discharging patients and keeping up to date. And next one is beyond the wards, they must have this communication skills. Clear? See, that's all students regarding, okay, the staff requirements as well as the responsibilities and the functions of this hospital pharmacist. Okay, thank you.